Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EIK WM France Tech G45 game with Barbarossa 89, Domba 32, and Udez. This first pick is kind of interesting. I mean, House Steward, you go for a big house, and then I think a card like Immigrant Son goes with it pretty well. Wood Deliveryman is pretty reasonable. But then there's Hill Farmer and Mason's Apprentice. And those two can do some very interesting stuff. Like if I knew I could take Hill Farmer and Mason's Apprentice, and Hill Farmer could, I could be plowing early, buying goods for Grotto or buying goods for whatever, or just accumulating a bunch of food and then trying to build stone rooms later. Since I don't know what's coming back, I think I should probably just take House Steward here. It's a pretty good reason in and of itself to go for a big house, so. Alright, next up. Well, the nice thing about Resource Lender is it gets you an extra read, which is very valuable in a House Steward game. There is Borrower, which is fine. I like the idea of Resource Lender here, though. It makes the Reedstone food space like a Reedstone stones. I just have to be a little patient. Or Reedstone. Resource Lender is not great, but I think it might be okay in this game. I think this is a pretty clear Fence Overseer pick. There's a couple different ways to hold animals early. There was Reformer, there was Pen Builder in the last one. I think this is a Fence Overseer pick, because with House Steward, sometimes having enough wood to get everything done is difficult, but Fence Overseer says, oh, you can pay less wood than normal for your fencing, but you also get a bunch of stables, which is pretty nice. Harvester is really good. I have no support for it as of yet. Would be very difficult for me to hit House Steward, like a 5-room house and Harvester. But maybe I'll get some cards back that'll support the Harvester. Tomba did say he needed a couple minutes, so looks like we're waiting on him to make his second pick. And waiting on Mudez as well to make his second pick. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season. There's a couple different directions I could go here. If Good Friend could get me the read, that could be nice. I think, though, Layabout and Foreman are the picks here. Like, Acrobat is fine, but maybe I like Acrobat fine enough here. Kind of gives me something to do while I'm waiting to get my resources. Because I'm thinking I should get something that gets me food here. Layabout gets me food. When I grow to like my 4th family member, the harvest after that Layabout makes super easy. Foreman. Foreman can be really good. I've definitely used it in the past to get a ton of food. Acrobat. Should I take Acrobat here? The one problem with Acrobat is it's yet another card that has to be played with it pretty early, whereas Layabout can come after I've done my first family growth or second. Like ideally, Fence Overseer, Resource Lender, House Steward all come pretty early, so I think that's gonna sway me towards Layabout. This pick could be Farmer. Yeah, because I'm probably going to build fences 4 times, because I'll build stables 4 times, so therefore Farmer should be boar and 3 cattle, and if I build a cooking hearth, that'll be quite a bit of food. I will need food for my big family. Alternatively, wood deliveryman's pretty good, but yeah, I think I like Farmer here. Oh, looks like Donba's taking his actions again, which is good. Well, this is a pretty easy Dairy Crier pick. Although Bone Collector is interesting, pretty sure the pick is just Dairy Crier. Because after I've built fences twice, I'll have 1 cattle, get a cattle from Dairy Crier and two sheep, and should be able to breed those. Looks good. Looks good. And then this pick, maybe Potter. It's another way of helping me to feed. Should be able to get animals pretty easily with Dairy Crier. Yeah, Potter or Clay Delivery Man. Yeah, not Clay Delivery Man, I don't think. It's fine, but the timing of it's gonna be awkward. I'd rather just take Potter. Well, what should I be taking here? Excuse me. Not that excited about any of these. Chameleon does let me turn a sheep into a boar, which I should have a boar from Farmer. But that's a pretty weak conversion. Corn sheaf is fine. All these grain supporting cards make me regret not having taken something else. I could maybe do Alms Basket and ignore Resource Lender. But I think Resource Lender is probably going to be worth playing. Could just take Doe. This is a pretty weak first pick Doe, but yeah, I don't really want snack time because I want to breed my animals. Okay, this is much better. Twibble and Twivel here, looking pretty good. Although Turn Rest Plow in a game with Harvester, Turn Rest Plow would be quite good, but I think I'm probably going to build like 5 wood rooms, or build 3 wood rooms. I'm going to guess at my opponents. Well, there is the Mason's Apprentice out there, and the hill farmer. So that does make Twibble and Twivel a bit worse. Yeah, that's true. So we should take turn rest plow. Okay, turn rest plow might let us hit. Also, Alms and undisturbed pond. What's going on here? There's a lot. It's gonna be easy for me to play occupations. I hope. I hope someone's gonna take all those no occupation cards. Although they're pretty good altogether, and maybe I should be taking them. So I don't really have anything that has to get played early. Fence Overseer is the biggest #1 candidate. Alright, we're just waiting for some of the cards to come back. Okay, Well, Evening Prayer is actually pretty good in this game because we know that Harvester is out there. It's also pretty good in combination with all the no early occupation cards because it gives you time to do stuff. Although with Hill Farmer, it's sort of an anti-combo with Hill Farmer. Cooking Corner is pretty good, and I do really want a Cooking Hearth, I think. Syrup Tap is fine. Just do all the delayed stuff. I think I'm going to take Crib here. It's pretty simple, but with House Steward, I have a pretty clear path where I want to go up to 5 rooms, I think. And then this pick, probably just Mountain Cave. Yeah. Well, there's Cooking Hearth. And you can turn the Cooking Hearth Miner into the Cooking Corner, which is kind of funny. But I probably just want to build a Cooking Hearth manual naturally. And Mountain Cave is fine, so. Mountain Cave is actually pretty good with a big house, because usually big houses are determined by whether or not they can get enough stone in the late game to run out to a stone house. Okay, well, Alms Basket came back. So I wonder if anyone's going to go for those early. You know what? If nobody drafts them, then they're actually pretty good getting them this late. Also, I have a bunch of miners I can play anyways. Also, I have Layabout. It would kind of be a shame to not play some occupations early, like especially a card like Resource Lender. It's going to probably be pretty difficult for me to get enough read efficiently throughout the game without a card like Resource Lender. But Alms Basket could, getting me 2 grain could be really exceptional. And then Undisturbed Pond or Alms. Now, Undisturbed Pond gives you future food, but Alms gives you immediate food. I do have layabout. And if you're not playing occupations early, usually you can afford to wait for undisturbed pond. So let's take that. And then evening prayer. Yeah. I'm actually really surprised that that came all the way back around. So I have 3 minors that reward me for delaying playing occupations early. So alms basket, undisturbed pond, evening prayer. Especially with alms basket, if it gives me at least 2 grain, then evening prayer gives me a reason to go for 2 fields. So both of them. And then I'll be well on my way to getting the harvester bonus. And then that plus turn rest plow is the harvester bonus right there. Okay. Now, can I get big house steward house while doing it? We'll see. That'll be a question to figure out. I didn't get any stable help. Usually I would like some stable help with Fence Overseer, but I mean, Fence Overseer is pretty good on its own, so. And, you know, Fence Overseer Farmer is a pretty good combination to play together with Evening Prayer, or House Steward, Fence Overseer, whatever. Yeah, we'll figure this out. Should be able to do some good stuff here. We're sitting in second, so ideally we would get past Reedstone Food, I think. But 3 wood into plow is okay. Or 3 wood into 2 wood. Barbarossa, first pick Stone House Builder. Sure, I'll take Reedstone Food. I gotta rearrange the farms. There's Mudez. So, Barbarossa plays Stonehouse Builder, giving him unblockable access to Reedstone Food. And whenever he builds a stone room, pay 2 stone less. So that means he has 1 stone, 2 stone rooms if he took that card, Mason's Apprentice. So that's scary. It would have come 4th, and it's definitely possible it got all the way around. Definitely possible. And Circus Manager for Damba. So now we'll take 2 wood and go for the first room. I could have plowed there. Yeah, I guess I could have plowed because Damba probably plays an occupation. And then Mudez goes for whatever he goes for. But then I'm passing Barbarossa 4 wood into Reedstone Food, which seems like a really good start. This way I probably get Reedstone Food or 3 wood, which is fine. Then here's Acrobat for Damba. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Pretty well. Then Mudez plays Baking Tray. Alright, I'll be a little sad if Mudez goes for all the crops really, or the ovens really aggressively. Because certainly some of the advantage of my alms basket play is that I could go for like a clay oven. That'll solve a lot of my feeding problems for a while. Or stone oven. Both of which would be pretty good. Nope. So there's 4 clay. So we'll see if Mudez goes for 4 clay. Might go for Reedstone Food. Would I take 4 clay here? No, he plays Occupation Hill Farmer. Okay. Yeah, so I'll Reedstone Food, I guess. 2 reed is nice, but Reedstone Food is a really excellent action. This means Mudez is probably going to plow with his second move. So what would I like with my second move? Mm, it's not really anything that I want. I don't want expensive occupation. Barbarossa will probably read stone food. So if 3 wood could come back, that would make me happy. Yeah, okay, if I get 3 wood back, that's pretty good. Go for the first room. Yeah. Oh, 3 wood does come back. Alright, read stone food into 3 wood. That's a pretty excellent round. I should look at the stats. I wonder if Undisturbed Pond or Alms ranks higher. I know there was an issue for a while. Chris said he had problems where passing miners they weren't counted properly in terms of the stats. Like they weren't getting attributed to wins correctly. Or something like that. Domba's got Harvester. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. It's going to acrobat every round, get a field or a grain for a long time. Well, I can afford to be patient. My alms basket is only getting better the longer I wait. If Barbarossa reads stone foods here... No, he doesn't read stone food. I will read stone food then. Domba's got wood cart. Alright. This is a very early wood cart. Domba's going to have a lot of wood. Now, it is going to take him some time to make up for that, but not really because of Harvester. Harvester, Circus Manager, letting him play his occupation so easily. Mutas plays Grain Speculator. Okay, so I will definitely plow a field here then. We've also got more wood available next round. I've got 3 stone, which does get me like the well, for example. But I think using my stone potentially for a stone oven is probably going to be better, I would think. We'll figure that out though. We got time. Alright, let's plow a field. Whoops. When and how do I play my no-awk cards? So a big problem that I find is generally people overvalue them a little bit. And so very often I will say, well, I could take this good card, or I could take this other good card, which has a much narrower use case. Like, I could take, you know, first pick wealthiest European every round, but realistically, unless you need a big influx of stone, and unless you have a way of playing a bunch of occupations, usually it's better just to play occupations early. Because if you compare the cheap occupation space to 3 wood, if you're playing anything that gives you wood over time, or gives you some gradual thing throughout the game, you're way better off just doing that, playing those cards. Like that, you're gonna have a relative gain of, say you play wood, you know, some card that gets you wood every time you eat animals, as a silly example. Well, that could give you, you know, 6-7 wood over the course of the game versus 3 wood immediately. You know, there's a trade-off there. Certainly there's value to getting stuff immediately. Mutas plays Borrower. Also, with if I'm going to go for a big house and I have no cards that require, like, none of my occupations really require much setup. So I'm pretty happy just, you know, just playing. Like, for example, with House Steward, during the draft I said, I'm going to have issues getting enough read. Well, I have no issues getting enough read if I can read stone food a bunch of times. And in fact, I'm going to have a 4 read stone food round 1. Like, Yeah, read stage 1 is pretty excellent. I couldn't play room because Barbarossa went for the first room, which is fine. I'm pretty sure Damba takes wood here. Maybe Circus Manager Acrobat. That'd be kind of greedy, though. I do want wood. Wood to play dough, wood to play crib. But those are coming probably after Evening Prayer, Alms Basket, Undisturbed Pond. Damba goes for the clay. Interesting. Very interesting. Also, the fact that Barbarossa went for a wood room, thinking maybe he doesn't have Mason's Apprentice. Because certainly with Stonehouse Builder, that's what the fear is. But maybe he's just thinking, I can read Stone Food second action, then he's still in a position to reno pretty quickly, because he'll have 4 clay, 1 reed. I don't know. Also, the fact that nobody has built the fireplace yet is pretty interesting. I guess the clay got taken at 4 by Barbarossa in round 2, right? And that's why nobody's built the fireplace yet, because Barbarossa's had control over the 2 clay fireplace space. Barbarossa went for the Reedstone Food. Okay, so there is the sheep available. Although I don't have a way of stealing those sheep. I think what I am going to do, however, is start player. And now seems like a good time to play. You know what? I'm not even going to play one of these. I'm going to let them keep getting better. I can play crib here. Because I'm definitely going for 6 wood. There's family growth. That's a little unfortunate because I need to start player second action to guarantee myself a build room action. But that's okay. So here's my crib. Why not pond? Because I'm in no rush to play my occupations. I wanna Undisturbed Pond, Alms Basket, Evening Prayer. I can do those very easily when I do a lot of family growthing, and I'm in no rush to push out my family growth anymore. Donba goes for the cooking hearth. Pretty happy to see that. Barbarossa getting if Barbarossa took wood, then if Donba took wood, then Barbarossa would have the option of fireplace into major minor or family growth. And then major minor into family growth, and then taking 5 sheep next round, and that would be probably game winning. Just that first growth with that much food, pretty much you're able to do whatever you want at that point. Mudez plays Grocer. All right. Yeah, like House Steward, if it's not giving me 3 wood, I feel no pressure. I feel no pressure to play it until I know I'm going to get that bonus. Okay, Mudez can buy goods for his grocer. So that's a little scary, but I think, pretty sure what I'm doing here is just taking 4 wood, because now I can double build. And I've got crib, so double growth is very appealing. So Mudez can buy all his grocer stuff and build, but then I'll follow up by growing myself, or building myself, double building myself next round. Yeah, I think double building is quite good here. And then if Mudez does anything other than build, I first action build next round. So that looks good. Domba's playing an occupation. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, my ox are not that good. Yeah, Resource Lender's not that good. Layabout is fine, but there's no... it's a card that likes being played later. Dairy Crier, a card that likes being played later. The other card that I really want to play early is Fence Overseer. But you know what? If I double build, then I'm going to have time to go back and fill in my Fence Overseer stables later. So yeah, maybe my two occupations are, you know, Farmer, Fence Overseer, or Layabout, Fence Overseer, something like that. And Mutez does not go for the build room option. So, wow, I think taking wood pretty clearly paid off there. So now in round 6 when I family growth, I'll play Undisturbed Pond. And then in round 7 when I family growth, I will play Alms Basket. And I will just have so much time. Yeah, he wants to change. Okay, he's going to build a room maybe. So Barbarossa playing Fishing Rod. Yeah, pretty sure Mutez is going to switch to building a room. Because he can buy 7 goods. Although he might plow, you never know. Hard to say. Hard to say what he'll do. Yeah, top 7 items. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, and build a room. Makes sense. Yep. I hope maybe he would be like his hill farmer would scare him away from doing that. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I have the first action next round. I don't need to build a room, so there's no pressure there. I could build the well. Yeah, with baking tray, Mutez probably will go for at least the clay oven. And then Barbarossa's got some stuff here, although he might reno. It's hard to say what Barbarossa will do. Yeah, this board is pretty weak. I could Reedstone Food. Reedstone Food is fine. But you know what? I get enough food out of just crib. So I think I just build the well here. Well's in chat, guys. So Domba can build a room now. So I'll definitely build 2 rooms. And you know what? I don't mind playing a bunch of start players in a row because of how good my miners are. Like Undisturbed Pond, Alms Basket are both quite good next round. So I can first action start player to set up my double grow, my round 7, round 8 growth. Which looks good. Looks very good, actually. Trying to get 2 food. Silly Mutez. So Barbarossa, maybe Reno. Ooh, Occupation Reed Collector. Okay. Well, if he does have Mason's Apprentice, Reed Collector just gives him 2 reeds worth of 2 rooms worth of read. So yeah, this could be pretty scary from Barbarossa if he does do the play that we're kind of anticipating. 2 rooms. Looking good. I guess I could build 1 room and then have the ability to first action build room next round as well. But I'd rather place my miners, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I have like 5 I want to play, and then I want to play turn rest plow, like start player around 13 to get myself the plow so around 14, and the harvester bonus. So carrots for mutas, sure. Barbarossa's got a couple actions in a row here. Let's see what he does. See if he does start player. But yeah, very interesting to me that he did decide to build a room naturally. Maybe he was just reading what actions were available and what actions were coming around, and especially the fact that Muta's played Hill Farmer is a pretty strong indicator he's not going to go for rooms, or at least not super aggressively. Yeah, Barbarossa's start player Corn Sheaf here, almost certainly. So the fact that he's passing me Corn Sheaf I'm pretty happy about. But then he's going to build the clay oven. Ooh, that's a blow to Mutaz. Mutaz really wanted that clay oven. Maybe going for 4 wood now. And I'm happy receiving Corn Sheaf as well. Definitely worth noting. Evening Prayer going to come out here. Because if Evening Prayer is going to come out, then I got time. But I think I'm just going to play Undisturbed Pond here. I don't get a food in the last round, but if I play it next round, I get the same number of food anyways, so bring it up to my hand. Bring Corn Sheaf to my hand, that is. There's my start player, Undisturbed Pond. Yeah, I could play Evening Prayer for just 1 occupation next round and play like Layabout. Yeah. Playing Layabout seems pretty good. It gets me 8 food, and I'm not going to want to breed or harvest in the round 9 harvest anyways, because I'm going to want to put effort into getting my Fence Overseer going. Completed rounds. Yeah, that's correct. But yeah, between Layabout and my food that I'm going to pick up and my crib, I have tons of food. So like the round 11 harvest should be quite easy. And the round 13 harvest should be quite easy as well. So I really just need to set up a way to feed in round 14. It's the only thing I really need to concern myself with, I think. Ooh, Barbarossa does go for the early reno. I wonder what he's got. So we'll play Alms Basket here. Get 3 grain. So Barbarossa renoed and played Trip to the Lake. So he's got an extra food, an extra 2 or 3 food and a wood on fishing. Okay. Then I play Alms Basket for 3 grain. And then next round I can Family Growth play Evening Prayer. Evening Prayer will play Layabout, I think. and I get FF plus FF crib feed 5. I could like corn sheaf next round. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I could corn sheaf next round, but I'm pretty sure just playing evening prayer is good. I'll have a lot of actions in round 9, and if I can use them not on taking food and instead playing more occupations and plowing more fields and doing that stuff, I think that's probably better. Yep. Looks good. Donba could also choose not to build here, and if Donba chooses not to build, I have the option of like first action 5 wood, or even potentially even better, first action plow 1 field. Yeah, first action plow 1 field would be pretty cool. No, you didn't get skipped. It was sitting on you for a long time. It happens when you put your person out and then you haven't clicked begin turn yet. That's what happens. And Donba not building a room here is great for me. Great for me. Playing wood delivery man. Alright, awesome. Awesome. Alright, let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. How are we having so many issues? Holy. Well, I wonder if Mutez and Barbarossa will grab the wood. And if they do, I'm actually pretty happy because I don't want to have to pick between 6 wood or 5 wood and plowing a field. I would rather first action plow a field because there's not that much else good on the board. And I mean, Barbarossa likes 4 wood. He also likes Reedstone food, too. But Stonehouse, is that only occupied by other players? Yeah, occupied by another player, it specifies. But Dumba has for sure had a really great efficient combo. I just hope I'm gaining enough out of it, out of his delayed play, that I'm going to come out ahead. You know? Barbarossa took the 3 wood, but not the 4 wood. I am very confused by that. Whatever. Is Barbarossa predicting that plow will be available? Mutez. Wow, Mutez does leave the wood. Oh man. So 5 wood is excellent, but I could also evening prayer. Now, what we can speculate on is that it is possible that Donba will not build until his second action. And if he doesn't build until his second action, then I can 5 wood into plow into family growth. And how awesome would that be? That would be really awesome. Alright, 5 wood, great action. Great action for me here. So this is where the double build is feeling even better because I didn't have to start player twice to get family growth. I actually only had to start player once, and then the second start player action got me a 5 wood move. Which 5 wood is not 6 wood, but it's still really good. Especially in this game. I could evening prayer play house steward as well. That's an option. Saving my layabout until family growth is going to come seems kind of interesting. Damba, how do you build? Like, what is Damba doing here? I'm on building room ×2. Okay. Well, then you're not on start player. Like, what is going on? Oh, man. Sometimes people have issues that just make no sense. So I lose out on one potential action because I could gain one extra action from evening prayer, but it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I guess I could still like play Mountain Cave here and then evening prayer and then plow with my last move because my last move is probably not going to be very good. Yeah, I could do that and then start player in round 9 to get a good action in the round after that. Yeah, okay. Mountain Cave here. Sure. Kind of surprised by Damba first action building there. Did not think there was any need for him to do that. But maybe he's thinking he'll start player with his second action because Barbarossa... Yeah, because Barbarossa might play the Mason's Apprentice here, which I think Damba probably passed. Just do the right moves, okay? Don't screw things up more. Also, Mutas really like start player Clay Oven here. This is complicated, is it? Just play. This is taking forever. Domba's deciding on whether or not Barbarossa has Mason's Apprentice, basically, I think. I think maybe he's trying to figure out whether Domba can feed or not. Because if Domba can't feed, then Domba can guarantee his family growth by if Domba first action takes fishing next round, then it's hard to see how Barbarossa can feed, right? So Domba could pass on start player, then Barbarossa is forced into start player occupation to grow ahead of him, and then take fishing, and then if he family grows and Domba takes fishing, then Barbarossa probably starves. So yeah, he could have done that, but anyways, that's fine. Wish I had Wealthy Man. How good would Wealthy Man be in this game? Yeah, there goes the stone oven. Makes sense. Clay oven's gone. He's got 3 grain in his supply. So it looks like Plow will probably come back. Yeah, Barbarossa does have Mason's Apprentice. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. So then my House Steward is only gaining me points against Donba and Mudez. And the question is, are those players winning without having that in their supply? We'll plow a field here. I think we're okay with letting 6 wood go to Mudez. I'm not too scared of Mudez. Although if he passes 6 wood to Barbarossa, I'll be pretty annoyed. But there's going to be a lot of great actions next round, and Domba has to first action family growth. So yeah, I think this is good. And if I get 2 read here, if I get 2 read into evening prayer, then I can definitely think about jumping Barbarossa. Yeah, because my evening prayer can play a fence overseer and layabout, for example. That'll be pretty good. Gave me some 8 food. Yeah, nice combo for Barbarossa. Very good combo. Gonna have a big, scary farm. And Domba has the first action family growth. Yes, Shipyard is a free point, eh? Even if you never use its effect. Alright, we got... Oh, the reed got taken. Who took the reed? Mudez took the reed. Okay. So I can no longer build a room. I was thinking that I could maybe threaten to build a room space, but... so I think we go for the wood here. I could take the clay and then reedstone food. Like I could do like clay, reedstone food, reno. But I think I just take the wood here either way. And that's still an option. Clay into reedstone food into reno evening prayer. Yeah, it's kind of hard to interact with stone houses, is what I'm saying. Oh, major miner's gone. Okay, I really like the clay move action now. Now, Barbarossa might read stone food. He reads stone foods unblockably. Now, what's Mutez going to do? Is Mutez going to take... He took 4 reed. Is he going to reno to a stone house? No, he's probably going to build a clay room, which means he's probably going to take 4 clay. So if I want to do it, I have to do it this way. Yeah. Oh, is Reedstone Food going to come back? That would make me happy. Barbarossa might like it, might take it. Although he might go for the 3 sheep as well. He does need food, doesn't he? Yeah, he's going to take the sheep. Right. So I'll Reedstone Food into Reno. Reno Evening Prayer. And then -2 food. One of the occupations is layabout. The other occupation will be probably fence overseer, I think. I don't really see a good reason to play house steward anymore, because Barbarossa just builds rooms too easily. So now our game is all about going for the harvester bonus and building up our farm. So there's layabout. So Barbarossa first action, family growth. Plays nothing. There's my fence overseer. So I probably could take 3 wood here. Actually, you know what? I have enough wood for the rest of the game, don't I? I have enough wood to build 4 stables and to play turn rest plow. So I don't have need of any more wood. So I could plow here, or I could play an occupation. I could do something like occupation farmer with this move. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. I guess I can convert wood to stone, and that means I can get wood, continue doing wood actions instead of stone actions. And then it would let me go for like pottery, joinery, basket maker's workshop. Yeah, I could do that. Well, maybe second action plow, I think. Build a room should be pretty easy to get on. Would be nice to get those cattle. Pretty sure the cattle are the boar. Pretty sure the boar are getting taken by Barbarossa or Donba. Pretty sure they're gonna have one of them snatched up. Yeah, I guess I don't need to plow a field, because turn rest plow gets me in my other 3 fields. So what am I talking about plowing another field? I'm not going to plow again until turn rest plow. So I just need to take vegetable twice, actually. So I'm in a pretty good position. Pretty happy with how this is looking. I do need to fix my feeding, so that's going to take some work. But joinery might be a reasonable option here. Do this so that we can take boar if the boar come back around. Plus O and fence. Barbarossa's groom. Yeah, that card would have been pretty good with fence overseer. Yeah, groom is like the worst of the Stonehouse cards, but even probably just one of them is going to help him to have a really strong game. Now what I'm afraid of is, does Barbarossa have a way to plow? That's going to be the most scary thing for me. Damba, not your last action. He might take the boar here for food. They're pretty good food with his cooking corner. Yeah, so we're definitely hoping to get family growth in round 12, ideally. So maybe like start player Corn Chief would be worth it in round 11. Or maybe just start player turn rest plow would be fine. Problem is, I don't really want to reveal my turn rest plow until I'm ready. I want to hold on to it. Donba plow to field normally, okay. So Barbarossa probably will take the boar. It represents a lot of food for him. So I expect that's the case. Yeah, my Dairy Crier is not as good now as it was before. But it depends on how... Because Damba and Barbarossa can both get 4 food out of it, even if they can't hold the sheep. Yeah, we'll see. This is a so-bake action for Mudez, probably, since he's buying the vegetable. Or announcing that he's buying the vegetable. It's kind of awkward for him because he needs to get a so action now in round 14. So I don't love with that guy in play. I don't love doing that. But what did Barbarossa do? Read stone food. Okay, yeah. So definitely take boar, 100%. And now Damba can traveling players jump to grain. So I actually got the boar there, which I really thought was unlikely when I played Fence Overseer, but the fact that I got the boar there is making me quite happy, I have to say. Damba probably start player supply exchange. Muda says I sow grain instead of veg. I wonder if he's listening. Yep. He might be listening. It makes sense. He might have just figured that out on his own, but maybe he is streaming and somebody mentioned it to him. What do I need here? Not a lot. I could play Joinery with this action. Yeah, I think I like Joinery here. It gives me a really good reason to continue taking wood. I could also take Traveling Players, but I think Joinery is better because it's more long-term food. Joinery can be 6 food for me, so... Yeah, this gives me an excellent incentive to continue taking wood. And I'll have lots of moves, and I don't need to plow. All I need to do is hit vegetable twice. Like, I have the my requirements for the rest of this game are very, very easy. I don't even really want to play any of my occupations. I could maybe take 4 clay and play Potter. Like, But yeah, House Steward's not going to get played, not with the Barbarossa combo. So yeah, first action, take wood, I guess. And maybe that's a way to beat Barbarossa here, is make sure he just never gets enough wood to do anything kind of sensible with his farm. Latest Twibble and Twivel ever. He does plays. Start player Golden Rose. I have to say, I'm pretty happy with my minor picks now. Like, I'm feeling much better about how everything has worked out. Because I could have kind of all-in on House Steward. But I think especially this play where I've gone for the unplayed occupation combo, that's certainly given me a lot of time to sort of figure out what I want to do with the game. And yeah, feeling good about that. 3 wood. So definitely going to build a room, or sorry, not build a room, build stables and fence more. Get a cattle while doing so. I could maybe take 1 cattle, but taking that 1 cattle is not really worth much because I'm going to run out of space to hold my animals, so I'll just get cattle naturally from farmer. I don't need to like rush them in particular. Mudez fences 13 here. Mudez has set himself up for a nice game. I like it. He's got a very appealing game. Grocer's a great card, and Borrower feeding the Grocer has been nice. Problem is, well, House Steward's not getting played, and there are no other actually global. I guess Harvester, and he is well on his way to the Harvester bonus, so that's true. Oh, Damba took a vegetable, did he? Well, I do still have Corn Chief, so I could do like start player Corn Chief and 1 vegetable, something like that. Barbarossa, Sunrise Admirer. Oh, this is quite good. Does need a lot of food. He is going to need a lot of food to do that. So what's he at? 7. He eats 1, 9. Yeah, so he needs to pick up 1 food, which he can get from Reedstone Food easily enough. I will pick up 3 wood again. Nobody looks likely to go on build a room. So I'm going to keep taking wood as long as it's available. Try to starve Barbarossa of wood a little bit. Now, if he gets a bunch of fields and 4 stables, he'll use a bunch of spaces quite naturally. And Damba did see my turn rest plow, so he does have some idea that it's out there. Damba plays his pen builder now, yes. Yeah, makes sense. So my feeding here is fine. So we're definitely gonna plow. We're definitely gonna stable. Yeah, and Barbarossa really is not going to go unstable. So I could take whatever my other action is here. I can't take vegetable. I could Reedstone Food. I think Reedstone Food is fine. It's not great. I would rather do a good clay action. I could 4 clay into pottery next round. Because oh no, I would still need a stone action first. All right, let's read stone food here. Two, one, plus A. Six food, wood. To feed 8. And then breed my boar. So yeah, taking clay into cooking hearth is going to be quite a bit of food. Also, taking clay into pottery is going to be good as well. So I'll convert a wood to a stone. Still pick up 2 more food, so I'll have, and I'm gonna use those 2 food for my fence overseer. So I'm kind of running out of food here. Yeah, Stonehouse has a lot of payoff cards, which are good. That's true. But yeah, so like the thing that I find pretty annoying is that there's no like Stone House Builder makes his Reedstone food unblockable. I was saying the fact that he's complaining about the fact that you can do it every round. I mean, I don't think you need to complicate it any further by limiting it. Doesn't save you on the build room. Not really analogous because of the free build-a-room action, but don't need to weigh into that too much. Well, sure, if you guys really want me to plow sow, I will absolutely plow sow. And now I don't actually need to take a vegetable. I don't need to sow a vegetable to hit the harvester bonus. So that's nice. That's pretty nice. I'm not going to complain about that. All right, guys, let's not do the discussion on our turn. Come on, let's continue. Damba playing start player snack time. Well, you know what? Snack time actually is interesting in a harvester game. I didn't think about activating snack time to save. Yeah. Yeah, because you cannot harvest your one vegetable in round 13 to delay harvesting that vegetable until round 14. I never thought about that. Yeah, he's at 6 rooms, which is pretty good. Pretty good. They can take 4 reed and reed stone food twice, and build 2 more stone rooms, and that's pretty good. I mean, people don't usually dislike combos that are helping them win in the moment. Oh, G4 and G5 are different decks. Oh, true. Although they've never been considered different decks. Don't think they ever have been. These guys. Well, I do need some food, and not taking the clay could get me stuck on food. So I think I just need to take the clay here. And then I can, yeah, I guess start player is not coming back to me, eh? Seems pretty unlikely that Mudez will pass start player, or that I guess Barbarossa doesn't have a way of getting Harvester right now. Yeah, maybe you would play K only if you actually owned a physical set of the cards. Oh, guys, just play. Stop talking to each other. It's annoying. Interesting to me that Barbarossa takes Reedstone food there. He doesn't need Reedstone food. He needs the 4 reed more. Yeah, pottery is not enough for me to feed in round 14, so I think I can't build pottery. I think I have to build the 2 clay fireplace. I think that's not optional. Mudez builds a room. That's fine. I could afford to miss one stable building round. Oh, jeez. This is such a stupid argument. Like, it's not even real. They're not even really arguing. They're just like talking at each other. Barbarossa plays start player syrup tap. Sure. Or not start player. What is it? Family growth syrup tap. Oh, right, because Mudez built a room. Challenging family growth. Sure. Grab 3 stone. So now we can like reno fireplace with our last action. But I don't really care about losing out on the reno fence action in round 14 because I'm not going to fence anyways. I'm just going to keep fence overseering. That's going to get me all that stuff that I need. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to build the pottery. There's more points available in the pottery, but I think I just got to do this. Yeah, now I can manually upgrade to a cooking hearth, which might be good. So yeah, if start player comes to me 100%, I'm playing start player turn rest plow. Gardener, will it give you the harvester bonus or not? Yeah, it's fine. Traveling players in Gardener, sure. Then you can jump to 1 grain, or you can jump to anything. So Domba playing Gardener. So actually, maybe he doesn't need Plow Sow here. Maybe he's going for something else. Yeah, so Barbarossa won't build rooms. He's got his groom, or build stables. Damba might have excess wood, although with Shipyard, maybe he's happy just fishing. Mudez would have to take wood in order to have need of it. I hope Mudez... Well, you know what? Mudez doesn't like family growth here. He would rather family growth naturally later. So maybe he'll start player here. Yeah, he probably will. So what's my path of getting the harvester even when Mudez takes start player? Do I first action sow in round 14? So in order to hit first action... Oh, wow, he took boar. Okay, cool. Well, that makes me happy. Yeah, there is 5 reed. I could take 5 reed and basically have sole ownership, sole claim over the basket maker's workshop. It gives me a 2 point and 3 food action because I convert a wood to a stone and then 2 reed to pay for it. I guess 3 points. Yeah, 3 points and 1 and 3 food with 2 actions, which is actually pretty good. As much as I would like to family growth here for my crib, turn rest plow is the way to go. So I could take sheep. I could build a stable. Donba fences. Okay, so I'd probably take the sheep, I think. Unless Barbarossa takes the sheep. He might. Yeah, so he can... If I take the sheep, that's 4 food, which I do need food here. Should not forget that. I need 8 food. Joinery gets me to 5. I'm going to have to eat 1 to pay for my fence overseer, so I have 4. So I could eat 2 boar. That's my backup plan, is eating 2 boar. But if 2 sheep come, then I should take 2 sheep. Mudez can just plow and then sow here. So that was maybe the calculations he was doing. Well, if family growth comes back, I'll family growth, I guess. Ahead of 2 sheep even. Because it's actually gains me 1 food, which is kind of funny. And then I'll probably just eat a bunch of raw grain in round 14. Yeah, I'll be able to eat like 5 raw grain or something like that. Maybe even more. 5 raw grain, wood for 7. That gets me a lot of the way there. And then a random boar that's not worth any points. Or random cattle that's not worth any points. Yep. Wow. Wow, I can't believe that came back. Very lucky for me. So now just as long as I get on stable twice more, we're really in an excellent position. Would like to get vegetable here if I can. Mudez's family growth bakehouse. Very good. Very nice. Yep. Can return the clay oven. Although I would like it even better if he could rebuy the clay oven next round. This is a funny game with Barbarossa taking all the stone for his stone rooms. The fact that stone oven pottery still available. Basket maker's workshop with 5 reed. Very unusual game. Very unusual. Yeah, Muta's constructed a nice game. It's just not high scoring enough. Like, he's not doing enough ridiculousness. But look, he's got 3 pairs of animals breeding. I guess he could have maybe gone for the harvester bonus, but I don't know. What do I do here? Let's make sure stables don't get blocked. Getting another cattle. -2 wood. -1 food. I guess I could take a vegetable and then eat a couple boar. Yeah, I still kind of like the idea of building the Basket Maker's Workshop. The problem is I can only build the Basket Maker's Workshop on Major Minor. And banking on Major Minor to come back 7th is not, or second action is not necessarily, it's not guaranteed. Someone could decide to block it just to get a key miner out, like if they had a miner like Turnip Field or whatever. And converting the wood to a stone is lost points or food, because if the stone is just sits in my supply, then that's not good. We'll see what Barbarossa does here. He might take the 5 reed and take it out of my hand. Did Damba just do Reno corn on the cob? Makes sense. Cooking corn or gardener is a nice combo. Very nice combo. Lots of food there. He's played all 7 of his occupations. I'd be really scared if he then played like Animal Buyer. Animal Buyer would be really good instead of Pen Builder, for example. I could play Dairy Crier with my last move here. Yeah, that would be net +2 food, assuming I eat the cattle. Then it gets me sheep which breed. And it gives sheep which breed to everyone else as well, which is less appealing, because everybody else has already sorted out their feeding. But giving sheep which breed, yeah, it's like giving everyone else 6 food. I guess this game is pretty food tight. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to give Barbarossa 4 food. I don't want to let him breed sheep. Dompa has plenty of food. Mutas has plenty of food, but I don't think I want to give it to Barbarossa. I can take 1 sheep for 1 point next round, yeah. So do I take vegetable here? Vegetable's like a 3-point move, or I could go for the reed combination, which I talked about earlier. Let's go for the vegetable. FF crib, then a wood, so 4 food, wood, and a 2 boar. 4 food, wood. I need to feed 9. Oh, grain. No, because I can still sow, yeah, okay, OG, yeah, okay, that looks fine. Wood. Did I already subtract the wood? No, I didn't. Wood. No, I must have already subtracted the wood. How many did I go into here with? Oh, jeez. Have I already paid the wood? What's the play-by-play say? I guess I did not. Okay, I was maybe confused about my stone costs then. So there's a wood, 4 food, or yeah. It's supposed to go down to 2. Yeah, 4 food, wood, raw grain, and a boar. There we go. I think I did that right? I was at 6. I fed 4. wood is 6, boar is 8, raw grain is 9. Yes. And don't convert a wood to a stone. Yeah, definitely not, because I need to keep it to build that last stable. Oh, and the cattle breed. So the 4 wood action is a point and 2 food. Barbarossa will probably take it though. He would like to fence nicely, or nicer. Yeah, hill farmer, borrower, grocer, grain speculator into stone oven. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, Muta's had very nice feeding. I think I had nice feeding too. It just came in a different form. Yeah, so this read is only worth something if I get on the major minor space. And getting on major minor feels bad. Harvester sure goes down in value as a 5th pick. Barbarossa plowing a field, sure. Do I want to give Barbarossa food? If I want to give Barbarossa food, I can play Dairy Crier. My build stables action is totally safe though. Let's just start with a 2 sheep action, or a 1 sheep action, 2-point sheep action. Start with that. Okay, so we have 12 grain on our farm, so we can eat 4 raw grain without eating any points. So 4 grain, need to pay a food for fence overseer. Okay, so we're at 5 food. We can eat a cattle because we're going to get a cattle from farmer, so that puts us at 8 food. So then we need to pick up 3 food somehow, either by eating 2 boar or something else. My stable action is still safe, right? Pretty sure. So stable is definitely one of my remaining moves. I could, no, I don't have time anymore to go for the other stuff. So I could take vegetable for a point, but I'll take the 4 wood because that's worth a bit more. Damba saying, I think Barbarossa misplayed that, going for the plow instead of the 4 wood. Hope you have Hedgekeeper Ninja. Oh, I see. Oh, because Barbarossa, yeah. Okay, what he's saying is, like, Damba did a wood. He basically blocked Barbarossa, but he has no point moves left. Okay, yeah. Zero-point move that hurts your opponents, though. Damba saying I think I go from 4th to 3rd. No miners, no occupations in hand. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, after the boar, he has nothing to do with his last two moves. That's unfortunate. Could maybe take clay and then build the fireplace for 1 point, but vegetables gone. The sheep are worth points for me. Yeah, play the sheep with my last move, I think. Or I can take food. Or I can play dough, I guess. But dough is like not a great move. Get a cattle. Could take wood plus stable or clay plus major, but so easily blocked. Yes. Yep. Yeah, especially when I'm obviously wanting to get on stable. So that was not a serious option. Mutas go, okay, may as well go for guaranteed 0 rather than only. Tomba's saying I'm winning this game. Yep, certainly I had a very strong game. Does playing Dairy Crier lose me the game here? Is that possible? It gives everybody food. So what does it give me? Okay, okay. How am I feeding here? I guess is the question. I can eat four raw grain for 5. I eat a cattle for 8. I eat a wood for 2. So my feeding set. So Dairy Crier is only worth plus points if I'm eating less than my opponents. Yeah, and you know what? These guys have lots of food, so I think it's probably point neutral. I guess I could just play Potter or something. Doesn't really matter. Play 1 point dough. Is dough worth a point? Probably not. But I can do it anyways. Alright, so my feeding is 4G, wood, A for 9 food, and then yeah, so dough was a point neutral action, and then eat another, and then a boar or something. Sure, that works. So I don't breed the boar up for another point. I don't breed the cattle up for another point. Well, the cattle was never an option, but then I get a point from dough, and I get 3 points from harvester. So let's look at my final score. 59. Actually 60. Because, yeah, plus 4. $60, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. The fact that He just says he hits 53. So then, what was that Barbarossa at? 40. And then I hit 60. And then, what was it, 46 for Damba? Yeah, pretty good game. GG. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that Damba and Barbarossa just argued for a while. Especially because I was having a ridiculously good game and I felt like, you know, you don't have to focus on their game too much. Like Fence Over, I guess they didn't know about Fence Overseer Farmer until it came out. But then once that came out, it was like, oh, uh-oh. Yeah, Fence Overseer is really good, and then with a card like Farmer, even better. Yeah, and then I'm pretty happy with my joinery build. Gave me lots of incentive to keep taking wood, which took a lot of wood away from Barbarossa, who I felt was my biggest competitor, but he ended up in last at 40. Yeah. Yeah, don't focus on the Stonehouse stuff too much, guys. Barbarossa was last, like... it is so easily very good, yeah. But that requires a lot of work. It usually requires a lot of work, and it also requires a lot of failure on the drafter's part. Like, if we pass Plow Driver to him as well, then, like, yeah, then we deserve to lose. Or, like, Silo Girl or something. Anyways, the fact that I won without my first two occupations feels pretty good. Yeah, I played all 7 of my miners. My miners were really good. The fact that these guys passed the no occupation cards all the way around, that also feels really good. Like, maybe a mistake on their part. The fact that I got Evening Prayer like 6th or whatever. Yeah, put Mansion and Chief. Yeah, but I mean, he still has to draft them. Yeah. Yeah, if we pass in Mansion, we deserve to lose. Anyways, that's going to be all for me. I guess I'll take a quick look at the draft, sure. Because I wasn't really sure what I should do with my first pick. I mean, I knew... Right. Anyways, I'm not going to argue with them. 337, 339. Alright, first pick, House Steward. Immigrant Son is rated quite a bit better. And I do love playing 7 occupations. So according to this, it should have been Immigrant Son, Wood Deliveryman by Power. I took House Steward Farmer out of this pack. I took, well, Dairy Crier Power 3. And I got it with my 6th pick. That's pretty surprising. Resource Lender. Yeah, so the reasoning with Resource Lender is it gets you read. This pack was fairly weak. As a second pick, nothing above 3 is pretty weak. Although Borrower is still very undervalued. Position 5, Power 3. Fence Overseer. Good card. I took Layabout, also quite nice. Best card by Power in this pack, which I feel feel pretty happy about having taken it. So I took Farmer over Wood Deliveryman. I think with Fence Overseer, it's the obvious pick. Derek Cryer at power 3. Interesting. And then Potter. Potter is only power 0.9. Over Clay Deliveryman 2.2. Although all these cards are drafted very late. First pick Doe. Yeah, this minor pack was quite weak. A lot of stuff around the low 2s. Turn Rest Plow. Obvious pick with Harvester out there. And then Crib over Evening Prayer. Yeah, Evening Prayer's power is 4.0. I don't really know why it went totally untaken. It should not have come all the way back to me. Mountain Cave over Shipyard, sure. Shipyard at 3 is surprising. I guess it's a free point, right? Anytime you can draft a free point, seems good. Alms Basket. Yeah. The fact that I got this back into Undisturbed Pond, into Evening Prayer, I think this is basically what won me the game. This 7th pick, Evening Prayer. Because if I had not played around Evening Prayer, I probably would have played House Steward early, and then I would have given the House Steward points to Barbarossa, or I would have totally overplayed. Yeah. Dombas says, so I said it's silly to play my combo when I hit 60, and Dombas says I'm the best player on this site. I hit like 58 on average. That's not true. I'm not the best player on this site. I am certainly doing better recently. Won 4 out of my last 5 games, which is pretty good. And I've won 57% of my games this month. But there are better players. They're just maybe not as active as I am, for sure. There are some active players that are quite like the Boot is probably the best player on the site. That's very active, I would say. People in a game with me, it's a race for second plate. It's sometimes, definitely I've been in that spot as well. Yeah. But I mean, guys, I got 7th pick Evening Prayer. Like, I don't think it was my own strength totally that won me that one. Anyways, that's going to be all for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. Thank you very much for watching. I'm not going to stream or do a video probably until maybe New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. But even that's not guaranteed because I'm going to be pretty busy and I'm going to be gone for several days. So maybe on the 2nd might be the next time. But you never know. If I get home early or whatever and feel motivated to stream, I can always do it. So 2nd I should stream, if not before. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this little video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.